Well, let's do some sports now. Today is perhaps for the Ghana Black Stars. Well, they have begun their quest to end the country's 35-year wait for the Africa Cup of Nations trophy today with a Group D opener against Uganda at the start. Port Gentil. Mali and Egypt are the other countries in Group D with Ghana. Now, in the last few years, Ghana has played against Uganda 3 times competitively, a draw in the World Cup qualifiers and twice in the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations, where the Cranes got another draw and a famous victory. Shortly, we'll go live to Benedict Owusu, who's at the stadium for team news. But from Best Western Premier Hotel in Accra will be George Addo Jr., who's leading our commentary on Joy 99.7 FM. But with me here in the studio right now, right here, is Redwan Asante, Deputy Editor with Joy Sports. Redwan, you're welcome. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Good to have you. Now, let's look at the list. We saw this afternoon that the list is out, so we know who is playing what. What are people within your circle saying about the list?
So it looks like a lineup they wanted to see. At least there are some changes in defense. Daniel Amate has gone to defense. Jonathan Mensah, who used to be a regular, is off on the bench. And also in midfield, Thomas Partey, who plays in Spain, is starting ahead of Afiyakwa, who is in Italy and has not been playing games in recent times. So the coach has awarded, players who are competitive, and the general, view is that this looks like a strong squad.
A strong squad. Well, if we should compare them to the team that we're going to play, is it a strong team, as in strong team that can face anybody else, or a strong team for this particular team we're going to be playing?
Every disease has a cure, and I think the coach has taken the strength and weaknesses of the Ugandan team into consideration and has decided to field this best 11 or this first 11 to start the campaign. There might be substitutions, but looking at the strength of the Ugandans themselves, they also filled in a familiar squad, with the exception of 2 players who've been suspended for this game because they picked up yellow cards in the qualifiers to the major tournament. So that's what a coach can do, just pick his best 11, and he hopes that they can start off with a flyer.
Okay, so they're starting in what now? How many more minutes?
I think they played about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, they have played 10 minutes.
13 minutes or so.
Okay.
And still no goal.
Still no goal. How was it? I mean, how was the start for you as a sports pundit or as an editor? You followed them.
Yeah, too early. But I think Uganda started positively. They are riding on a crest of wave because of the performances they had prior to this game. They had won, a game and then drawn one in the World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars lost one and then drew with Uganda themselves. So they come in with a positive vibe. So they started, very, very well, just tackled the game by the scruff of the neck right from the start of the game when the referee signaled them to start.
And that means an aggressive start, if I'm
very,
correct.
very, frenetic from their viewpoints, but I think they always will come in stronger. But, football is won at the end of the 90 minutes, not how you started.
But how many goals you scored, perhaps?
Perhaps, and how many less goals you're able, or even none.
You
prevent the opponent from scoring, then
okay. You speak about the Ugandan team and how they started. Won't you say anything about the Ghana team and how they started?
That's why I say they started positively, and we are very.
Oh, that was for Ghana?
For Uganda. Uganda started positively.
No, I want to know about Ghana.
Yeah, we're very slow, and we've been very, very slow. Maybe time to assess the options they are throwing at us, and then see how we can be able to counter-attack. Like I was saying, they started very positively because of the results they had before the particular competition. And remember, they played a lot of games. They played more games than we did. Okay. We played just 1 friendly, and they played as many as 4. So, they know themselves better. Okay. They have majority of the players based in Uganda and even in Africa, with just a few players based in Europe and in Asia as well. Okay. So they have a core of the play, and they started a residential campaign or non-residential campaign even before the UTAD. They started very, very early, broke camp.
So they've got a certain bonding and comradeship going for
and
them.
I think that's what has been working for the teams now. If you see teams like Benin, Togo play yesterday, because majority of the players are around, on the continent, they're able to assemble them, and then use them for training for a very long time. But when you have your foreign-based players in Europe, then it's very, very difficult getting them in time to join, your preparation. So we give it to Uganda from the start. They have, the edge, but, football is played in 90 minutes.
Football is played in 90 minutes, and for that 90 minutes, we'll be here. Like I said, George Addo Jr. is at the Best Western Premier to bring us what's happening there. We'll also go over to Gabon, where Benedict is standing by for some more. But we've been talking to people. One of the things with Rwanda that has come up has been the lack of interest, or the perceived lack of interest in this particular game. Before Black Stars will play any game, you see Ghana flags hoisted all over the place. You see people wearing their jerseys and all of that. We've not seen much of that this season. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes, it's just like fresh love. It's when they went to the World Cup for the first time, it was the first feat. People had not, experienced a World Cup before. So in 2006, we discovered our identity as Ghanaians, and we rooted, and the team did well. But as we became familiar with them, the Black Stars, their targets, moved a notch, higher. So this time around, it's not just about qualifying, but Ghanaians are thinking we can win the World Cup now.
Is that so?
Yeah. Because
why then are we not seeing it outside?
And because of the football we play, they feel we've got the wherewithal. We came close in South Africa 2010, but for Asamoah's kick, we should have been in the semi-finals. And when you're in the semi-finals, that's the medal zone. You are just one step away from being in the final.
Yeah.
So it could go either way. That was how close we came. And we were never dominated by any of the big boys in Europe or in South America, at the World Cup. We always matched them, boot for boot in every corner. So it gave us, that self-belief that we're capable of doing that. We've got the credentials. So what were some of the factors? Maybe the players themselves did not psych themselves, the administrators were not doing something better. So when they realized that the Black Stars were still stuck in third gear, then the disaffection came in, people, the apathy came, and also what happened in Brazil, people thought the boys were playing for money, and maybe their inactions and actions also contributed to that. So that accounted for that apathy for that period. But I think it's just a matter of time. We need to revive, review our relationship with the Black Stars and see how best we can get them, because you can't throw the baby away with the bathwater. I think one must go. It's either the bathwater will go and the baby remains, but you can't do both.
Well, someone has said that if they should score, or if they should, do something, they will begin to rally behind them. But of course, I think that we should all rally behind them. Well, we've been asking people what they think. What is it that we're not seeing, feeling a lot of the euphoria that we used to feel, and seeing all of the paraphernalia in town? Here's what they had to say.
Kickstart their AFCON campaign today with a match against the Cranes of Uganda. Normally, such an occasion would result in many Ghanaians wearing the team's AFCON jersey as a sign of support, as well as taxi drivers and private car owners driving around with the Ghana flag flying behind them. But a far different picture is being painted today, and Joy News took to the streets to find out why.
There's nothing showing in town that they are playing ball today. Before, you feel the zeal that there's something like the Black Stars are playing, but today nothing like that. Everywhere is quiet, nothing is happening.
I'm not feeling like the way the atmosphere is. It's not like formally as when Black Star is going to play, you see most of our colors in the country, or you see it around this place. Now you can't even see even a flag of Ghana here saying that Ghana is playing today.
Today I can see people no mind about the matches, because before, when the match Ghana want to play match like that, the way we have movement and happiness, I can see people are not happy and they don't take any importance about the matches.
This seems to also have spread to taxi drivers, who in times past were the Black Stars' most passionate fans.
Black Star, trust
I have given up on the Black Stars. I don't support them the way I used to. At first, I'll put a flag on my car when there's a match, but now I don't see the point in supporting them.
Ghana flag egugu ka ho bebre ne ye nam ne ni age se ye nation ebebobo ba sisi anu de eni ye pa de to me ni ni bi mo.
Well, it's only their first match. Perhaps the support for the national team would increase if the boys bring the trophy home for the first time in over 3 decades. For Joy News, Jennifer Ikwano.
You are where the Black Stars are playing against Uganda tonight.
Yeah, it's true. It's coming on live. And I hope I have the only one best player in Black Star team. That's the Ayu. And I wish the Ayu could score 2 goals for us today. And I bet you it will be on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Scoreline?
Okay, 2-1. Yeah.
Is Ghana going to win?
Yeah, I believe they are going to win, though their performance have not been enough. But I believe for sure, because as Amadan have promised that they are going to win the match today for us.
Any prediction?
Yeah, it could be 1-0 against Uganda.
Okay, boss, are you aware the Black Stars are playing Uganda in the Africa Cup of Nations?
Yeah, I'm aware today they will be playing. They will play Uganda today. Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. How do you see the game going?
I can't really predict too much. I haven't followed the Black Stars religiously, for some time now. But, well, I hope they're able to deliver today. I pray as a Ghanaian, I pray that they're able to deliver today. That's what we all want anyway.
So are you aware the Black Stars are playing against Uganda today?
Yes, please.
What do you make of the game?
Oh, it's not going to be an easy game, but I trust the Black Stars boys. They will definitely beat the Ugandans.
You sound so confident. What have you seen?
Oh, looking at the team that we have, talking of Samoa Giants, they are used. Even the last time we played against them, we drew. So this time around, the guys, looking at what the guys are saying, meaning that they are going into the game strongly. So I hope we'll beat them. Not less than 2 goals.
So are you aware the Black Stars are playing Uganda in the Africa Cup of Nations?
Yes, please, I know they are playing today. We are just praying that they will just win the match for us, so that they will qualify. It's not going to be easy though, but we're just praying for the best. Yeah. I'll say 2-1 against Uganda. Yeah.
Okay, so some people are saying 2-1 or 2-0. Red1, I still have got Red1 here in the studio, and as we speak with you, the game is still being played. Red1, people are saying that we're going to score 2. Some are saying that, well, we can't be bothered. Let them score, and then we'll begin to feel like, yes, this is our Black Stars.
I need a win, whether it's 0.5 or 0.0. We have to win.
We have to win by all means.
We have to win this game because we've got big games lined up. Mali, Egypt, they would not come on a cheap. So we need to, start brightly. Nonetheless, we've seen the Black Stars lose their opening games and then gone on to the finals. Like in 2010, we lost to Ivory Coast 3-1. Just 2 years ago, we lost to Senegal also by 2-1. So, but we ended up in the final, and those who beat us went home.
That trend makes Benedict, for instance, your colleague Benedict, believe that Ghana can win because Ivory Coast, he says, went through the same thing and then they came out tops at some point.
Yeah, but they won. Ours is yet to happen. We'll still hang on to hope and believe that luck is on our side, because I think in 2010 and in 2015. We're just not lucky. We had a team to win. Yes, we put in a lot of work, but losing 1-0 to Egypt just in the 87th minute or 86th minute, and then on penalty shootout to Ivory Coast, it's a lottery, and it could go either way. So we're just not lucky, in 2 years ago in Equatorial Guinea. Okay. Maybe when luck smacks on us, we might be able to win it this time round. Okay,
I say, what's your You don't have any prediction?
No prediction. I just want a victory.
You just want victory, whether it's dot. He says whether it's 0.0 or 0.5. We just want victory, and I probably will agree with that. Thank you very much, Red1, for coming through. And I'm going to take a very quick break. When I return, I'll go through the names with you once again. The names of who is on the field for us at this moment that the game is being played. Please stay with us.